Aloha. It is Saturday, Saturn's Day, ruled by Saturn, the 21st of November. We're just trucking through it. It's the last degree of Scorpio. So Scorpio season's over. This is the last day. Venus has just entered Scorpio actually. So Sun is in 29 degrees, 47 minutes of Scorpio. Moon's in Aquarius. Mercury's in Scorpio. Venus is now in Scorpio. Mars is in Aries. Today is a red electric earth guided by birth, according to the dream spell, and it is a heart chakra day, Anahata chakra. So if you're going to be doing meditation, be focusing on your heart. Do all the chakras, mudras, mantras. Mudras are what you do with your hands. Mantras are what you're saying and or toning, what you're focusing on. Colors, all that stuff, and be prepared to be wowed by the magic. And today, Sagittarius season's about to start, and Venus has just entered Scorpio, so magic is abounding. I'm actually just started reading Goblet of Fire with my fiance, and that starts off with a very magical kind of chapter in a dark way. Venus in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, Sun in the last degree of Scorpio. Energy, not too surprising, Haley, huh? So let's go ahead and pull some cards, shall we? We have the Queen of Wands. She looks like Angelina Jolie or something to me, I've always felt. So, Queen of Wands. What do we got? Wands are fire, spirit. If you're an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, which is what we're about to enter into Sag season, this is your energy. This is the watery part of fire, the emotional, intuitive, feminine, receptive, creative kind of part of fire, spirit, action, and such. Let me just make this more visible. All right. Queen of Wands is about stepping into your creative power, being resolute, daring to break conventional boundaries, being generous with your power, and trusting yourself. Queen of Wands, I gracefully take center stage. The Queen of Wands is a force to be reckoned with, bold, daring, courageous, and extremely vivacious. Highly versatile and talented, she is passionate about the world she lives in and the domain she rules. She sees the needs of other people are a part. I can't read this. She sees the needs of her people are of paramount importance and does her very best to envisage powerful solutions, thereby highlighting and pursuing many just causes. I created this card thinking about the powerful feminine visionary, a beautiful balance of head and heart. Flanked by a court of transfigured Minoan mother goddesses, she symbolizes the power of the feminine principle to give life, reminding us to speak with the fire of passion and the integrity of the heart. The radical anthropologist Chris Knight puts forward a powerful argument that women were key to our human mastery of complex language. That is, that it was the deep connection of women regularly coming together at the time of their cycle and the development of their complicated systems of herbal medicine used, for example, in childbirth, which catalyzed the complexity of interpersonal communication. The power of words to create our reality emerging from our female ancestors. I'm trying to make this. I don't know if the lighting messes up for y'all, but it's the light is changing quite a bit here, so I can't even see the card. That helps. Wow. Okay. Well, that's different. That's a little washed out, but whatever. You can see what's going on. A fiery and spirited mother, she encourages her children to be bold individuals, ambitious and discerning, to speak up and act on their feelings. The Queen of Wands wears a Union Jack petticoat beneath her skirt, a playful reference to the Earthling artwork I created for Bowie, in which he wears an Alexander McQueen Union Jack coat. The emblem of Britain, it's prolifically and provocatively been used across music and fashion movements in the last 50 years. Similarly, she is the visionary designer, the unapologetic experimenter, eclectic, charismatic, and supremely confident about freeing people from their normal perceptions, routines, and habits. Flanked by two Black Panthers, fierce guardians and symbols of the mother, the dark moon, and the power of the night, these totem animals encourage us to understand the power within shadows, with Venus entering Scorpio, the power of shadow, right? To pierce the veil of darkness, Mercury in Scorpio, last degree of Scorpio Sun, face the unknown and discover the field of pure potential. She welcomes you to expand your awareness, affirm yourself, and be resolute, taking the time to consciously nourish your self-confidence and self-esteem. It is time to remind yourself of all those past successes and triumphs. Harness that get-up-and-go attitude and audaciously take center stage in your own life. This is on page 72, I might add. Queen of Wands, the watery part of fire, stepping into the creative power, being resolute, daring to break conventional boundaries, and being generous with your power and trusting yourself, right? Very Scorpio and Venus, power. Venus in a very, like, kind of dominant mode. She's kind of a boss lady looking. Very cool. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier. What wants to pop? Got a song I wrote for my fiance. My Haley stuck in my head. Shout out to Haley. She's the shit. We've got abundance. Cool card. As the lighting changes on me, I could see the sun changing. Oh gosh, can I catch a break? I just want you guys to be able to see the art. That's really all I want. That's good enough. All right, so abundance, number 15. Keywords. Abundance, consciousness, giving, receiving, energy, love, appreciation. It is our heart chakra day, so love coming up strong here. Abundance is a state of plenty. Abundance is a feeling. Abundance surrounds you. Have faith and conviction. Complete trust is required. Your rainy day is today. Determine your goals and reasons and set intentions. A state of contentment not influenced by external factors. Relax and enjoy yourself. Generosity ripples outwards. The more you give, the more you receive, and appreciating and being grateful. What is abundance? Abundance is defined as a state of plenty. When the abundance card appears, it signifies a feeling of abundance, of appreciation that opens you to the abundance that surrounds you. In turn, this feeling gives rise to an abundance consciousness. A person with an abundance consciousness is one who always is hopeful, seeks a fair and equal exchange of energy, and sees potential and opportunity in all experiences. To create and open ourselves to abundance and embrace an abundance consciousness is our seventh reason for being, and potentially one of the more challenging purposes because it requires absolute faith and conviction. It requires complete trust. Abundance consciousness is a state of contentment and fulfillment that is not influenced by external factors. Regardless of whether the experience was good or bad, one with an abundance consciousness sees the whole experience and learns from the whole experience. Like even now, when the lighting's all shifting, I have bush it. Like I can get all frustrated about it, or I can just be like, "Well, it's learning. I'm learning how to be, improvise with technology. Yay!" Abundance embodies a way of living that does not change, regardless of whether you have more or less in your life. Abundance cannot be earned, given, bestowed, or taken away. It is contentment born of fulfillment and appreciation. Abundance means to see and appreciate the wealth that surrounds us, not just the material wealth, but the abundance of energy, love, nature, spirituality, food, and enjoyment, as well as time. Abundance is a perpetual state of evolution, expansion, and growth that is mirrored in all that surrounds us. Abundant light changing today. Oh, if I had $1 for every time I mention this. Perhaps you have blockages. So if you do not see these things, you may be restricting the flow of abundance. Perhaps you have blockages in place, beliefs that have you seeing a lack or scarcity and embracing an idea that everything is limited or will run out. Abundance is about giving and receiving in equal measure, rather than controlling, taking, possessing, or hoarding. Very Scorpio energy. Controlling, taking, possessing, hoarding, obsessing, right? Control, like that kind of stuff. So, with the last degree of Scorpio, where the sun is Mercury in Scorpio, Venus now in Scorpio, we might be messing with that. Like I've got to have this just the way I want it, or else I don't want it at all. Kind of energy. Being loving and giving will help you receive love. Being respectful will help bring respect to you. Giving with the right intentions for the right reasons, sharing what you have without fear, rather than dwelling on what you do not have. These will help you bring wealth. This stuff will help bring wealth to you. Remember, however, abundance is about giving simply because you can and want to, not because you want something in exchange. It's not always about what you get. You'll get something out of it for sure, but sometimes you just do it. When the abundance card appears in the present position, it symbolizes a need to embrace an abundance consciousness. Try to let go and relax. Just allow things to flow. All this water energy, right? Flow. Focus on enjoying what you are doing and being in the moment rather than grasping, speculating, or expecting. Those are the hindrances to happiness. Like if you expect certain things, they don't happen, you'll find that you're like, oh my God, I'm so unhappy. Why? Because you had a set expectation that didn't get met. That's the issue. Ask yourself what it is that you want and why you want it. Is there a possibility that you want or desire something just because another person has it? It will increase your social status, because it will increase your social status, or that it will make others like or respect you more. Like, are you like wanting things for the right reasons? Even if this is what you desire and it makes you happy, then that is your choice. But take the opportunity to try to do everything for love, and you might discover that you fulfill those desires and more. When you embrace an abundant consciousness, you will find that you have love in plentiful supply. Focus on doing the things that you love and doing things for love, just because you love. Even if a sacrifice is required for you to get what you want, if you do it for love, you will not see it as a sacrifice. Of course, everything we desire has a price. There's always a law of exchange going on. That's kind of one of the fundamental rules of magic. The physical price might be money or time or action in the form of constant effort and commitment. But if energetic currency is always love, the results will be abundance. So love the experience, love the journey. The abundance card in the present suggests we put love first by making time for what we love, taking joy in our love, sharing our love, and giving what we wish to receive. If you want love, be loving and do the things that you love to do. Love your life. It will come back. It will come back to you. When you love, you get back. You get that love back. When you give something your undivided attention and interest, you do so only because you enjoy it. When you will get it back, all that love. Oh God, I can't read. You do it because you enjoy it. Then you will get back all that love you have invested in return. That is the return. That is the payback, if you want to put it that way. Guys, I'm like challenged today with the sun. To apply this to business, be generous in spirit and nature to your customers and clients in support of other small businesses. Give them a reason to want to come back, and they will. Give them a reason to respect and support you, and they will. Also, try not to be competitive. Just because another person has a similar business in the same street or the patch of cyberspace does not mean they are going to steal your sales or customers. Instead of worrying about rivals, focus on offering the best service or quality product you can provide. I actually got a bunch of shit once for posting my daily card jams in a Leo King group, and they were like, you're gonna steal his thunder or something. I don't even know what they were flipping out about. They're like, not here. No. We're worshiping a personality and nobody else. I was like, all right, I'm out of here, and I left that group. So there it happens. Be abundant with your body as well. Rather than indulging in unhealthy habits, nurture your body and give it everything that it needs. Feed your body an abundance of healthy foods. Diets, give them up. Move. Eat well. Savor what you eat. Make sensory experiences of it and enjoy it. Nurture your mind as well by avoiding the media, which too often feeds us images of hopelessness or lack that create a grasping mentality of what that has you working harder and harder for less. I don't know if I read that right. As for time, that too is plentiful. It never runs out, except when you restrict and limit it. So stop counting your minutes, stop rushing. Instead, take the time to relax and breathe in the beauty of life that surrounds you. Tip your face toward the sunlight, the ever-changing sunlight. Dance in the rain, jump in the puddles, laugh at the wind. Failure, disappointment, loss, let go and embrace a positive mindset. See an opportunity to learn and grow in every experience, even those that have caused you pain. There's good in every situation if you're willing to see it. And I've made a lot of mistakes lately, so this is kind of resonant to where I'm at personally even. Most importantly, let go of worry and have faith. That's hard for me. That bill will get paid. The money you need for school or business will manifest, but you also have to be willing to make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. You can't just sit there. It's about powerful actions, powerful movements, making things happen. Queen of Wands, right? Which is like, I'm going to go out there and do it with spirit, passion, but with love. And that's how the abundance, like she's a fire that keeps getting tended by the universe because the universe wants love and light and all this energy. To the degree, good golly, to the degree that the universe wants to support you. It always is supporting you, and it's a matter of like, what are your beliefs? What do you think you believe? I'm going to stop fiddling with the lighting now. It supports you. You're always abundant, and it's a matter of perspective, basically. So, let's pull a Galactic Heritage card. We've got 13, Birth and Expansion, which is a Lyra card. The Lyrans, they're very fiery. Birth and Expansion is kind of what the Queen of Wands is all about. It's kind of like taking center stage and owning it, rocking it. Birth and Expansion, Lyra. Past timeline 13. As the Lyran civilization grew, it unleashed a tremendous amount of creative energy. There was so much excitement to build this new civilization and expand into the galaxy. It was time of optimism, enthusiasm, and creative experimentation. Abundant. Let's have more. We have the universe at our hands. This card reminds you of the ancient time you were part of, and it encourages you once again to find that creative spark within you. Don't be afraid of your creativity. Don't be afraid of your creativity. Don't be afraid of abundance of creativity that exists within all of us. There were times when you were punished for it, but that time has passed. It's time to release the karmic pattern of fearing your creativity and trust the universe to support it. The abundance is there. Because this card refers to a time period of Lyra's past pioneering spirit and their commitment and enthusiasm to building the physical reality that they desired, which is basically a masculine trait, you might think this card has a representation of a focus on masculine energy. That isn't necessarily true. It refers even more deeply to the creative process of the Lyrans, which when used in a healthy way was a very balanced expression. Like she's a masculine woman in that sense. She's a boss lady. Like she's got, she's not just sitting around being, oh, what's going to happen? She's like in control of it. So, just like children or teenagers learn about the results of their choices, so did the Lyrans. If this card is in your reading, look at the surrounding cards. If there's a theme of several cards warning of ego traps, pay attention to your hidden desires for your creative process. If the cards have a theme of nurturing your creative process or spiritual development, then you are encouraged to trust your creative process and take risks with it, even if you don't know where it will lead. The mystery of creation, Venus and Scorpio. Creative mystery process. You have the power to make beautiful things happen. You are fully supported in abundance. Birth and expand that vision. Take a risk. Go with your heart, right? That's kind of what we're getting into. It's like this is a matter of heartedness. I can't. There's got to be a way. Maybe this is why people have those YouTube fucking like light circles things where it's like, I'm just sitting in front of my window, so if it's a day like today, you're going to notice a lot of light changing. Can you tell I'm not a professional? The snow leopard, the watcher, very Venus now in Scorpio, the last degree of Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio. Sun is the last degree of Scorpio. 15. So this is very observant. Scorpios are watching, psychologically observant. The watcher, take the high road. Do not sink to the level of low vibration. That's a choice, right? We're abundant, and heart is what heart chakra raises up our vibes to the point where we, embody the highest vibes. Observe the situation closely before acting. Being silent is an option. My fiance, I'm always like, yo, talk to me, tell me what's going on, and she can be not quiet, but she is a Virgo, so Jupiter conjunct Sun exactly in the 11th house, so she'll more internalize the process. She's more of a watcher, and with her eyes reminds me a little of that. Ethics is the number one concern. It is best not to continually draw attention to yourself just for the sake of filling up your ego. A little mystery is a good thing. Mythos. In the valley surrounded by high rocky mountains live the people. In the high passes within the rocks between the sky and the land above the flapping of prayer flags live the spirits of the mountains. Some of these spirits were bodhisattvas, the compassionate energies that helped people to take the more right and ethical path. These spirits took the form of the most elusive and beautiful creatures that lived among the high places, the snow leopard. The snow leopard watched the people, yet were very rarely seen themselves. Their paw prints might have been occasionally found on the ridge overlooking the valley, but they were not spotted. These watchers of the skies rewarded those who helped others. It was said, too, that the snow leopards, ever observing, would place obstacles in the path of those who did evil in order for them to realize their mistakes and change. Right? That's part of birthing and expanding. It's like learning from your mistakes, because you're going to make some. Everybody does. Don't think you won't. Trust me, you will. And in some big meta way, it's like there are no mistakes, but yeah, like there's better and worse, more ethical and less ethical ways. If something's not right, the leopards would wail mournfully for all to hear. This is on page 64. So we've got page 72, page 64. The animal. To say spotting a snow leopard is difficult is an understatement. These mysterious animals live in the high high in the most remote mountainous areas of the Himalayas, Russia, Mongolia, and Western China, and it's only recently, with the advent of sophisticated motion sensor cameras, that we have been able to see decent photographs of these animals in the wild. A member of the Panthera genus, snow leopards are uniquely adapted to cold, harsh environments through having small, rounded ears to keep the heat in, lustrous, multi-layered fur, and thick tails filled with fat that wrap around their face and body when they sleep to keep the wind out. They have incredibly large paws for their size, covered in thick fur, which allows them to walk more easily on soft snow without sinking. Snow leopards do not roar like lions, but instead vocalize in mews, chuffs, and most notably a wailing sound that echoes for long distances. The magic. Snow leopard magic is all about the power of being the silent watcher. Venus in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, the silent, powerful watcher. Western society is an extroverted one, with the emphasis on the individual and on being seen. Yet there is much advantage to examining things quietly and observing before making a decision. Take your time and observe a situation before you decide the next step is taking your time and observing a situation before you decide the next step is wise. Guys, can you see this lighting? It's almost a joke. I can't even blame Mercury retrograde. Oh gosh. Whatever. What happens if I do that? Not good things. Oh, Jim, just get through it. Snow leopard magic is mysterious and ethical. It can be used when you need assistance in taking the righteous path. Symbology: eyes on prayer flags, cats in the snow, leopard footprints in the snow. Their status is vulnerable. Let's go ahead and get an art oracle card. I think I've been the most sidetracked with this lighting situation than maybe ever I have before. So for the last day of Scorpio season, going into with Venus now in Scorpio, I keep repeating myself, but these are important things. Mercury in Scorpio. We got Marina Abramovic. I think she is a Sagittarius, but like going into the Sag season, it's like about magic, and the last day of Scorpio season is about like weird magic, taboo magic kind of stuffs. All right, Marina, where you at? Here we go. Marina Abramovic. Marina Abramovic, 1997 Venice Biennale Golden Lion winner. Lyra, lion, snow leopard, more cat energy, right? Emerged in the 1970s with works in which she punished her mind and body. Scorpio Mercury, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Venus. Demonstrating composure and discipline in the face of whips, knives, flames, uppers, and downers. Being kind of above it mentally. Very Aquarius moon. And carbon monoxide poisonings. Abramovic considers energy in the absence of stimulation. For her, that's the watcher. So, stimulate, and then observe. So she's kind of contemplating that level. For her, a record-breaking performance, The Artist is Present, which is a good documentary. You should check it out. At New York's MoMA, she dressed in a gown and sat for 3 months staring deeply into the soul of each viewer who had queued for hours or days for the honor. Incidentally, a man down the street from MoMA recreated the performance just now, and only the cops came. Some helpful. So, it says discipline is both a noun and a verb, right? In order to be our highest self, we need to be stepping into a power. She looks really rather disciplined. She's like, I'm not going to take shit, right? We need to step into this place where the abundance of the ability, we don't have to, how would I say this? You don't have to discipline yourself to get things. They're already available, but we have to create the form for birth and expansion. Like the cell, it grows and expands because there's form. The baby can grow because it's bones and muscles, and it's developing. We can develop power, feminine power, really wild, magical feminine power, through the abundance that's ever present if we ask to have it incarnate on our birth and expansion trip. Sometimes that asking, ask and receive. You don't just ask. Sometimes you just watch and wait for the results. So say a prayer and then wait for it to happen, right? Discipline is both a noun and a verb. The discipline of watching. Right? There's a discipline to asking, which is like takes guts, and then there's a discipline of watching, which takes patience. Different kinds of discipline. So that's what Marina is telling us today. Let's go ahead and get a crystal card and then jam. We have this stone, Larimar. Beautiful. You can quantumly entangle with this. You don't have to own it. Larimar, what it is, seafoamed Larimar is a volcanic blue mineral only found in the Dominican Republic. Its energy is like a spiritual snow cone for the seething and sweltering. Who needs it? The hot-tempered any Aries, Queen of Wands, right? If you're hot-tempered like that. Where to put it? When super agitated, stop, drop, and hold Larimer in your left hand and commence cooling breathing, i.e., sticking out your rolled tongue and slowly inhaling and exhaling like you're sucking through a straw. It's about observing, right? Through breath, even. Watcher, the leopard, in the cold atmosphere, high mountains. When to use it? When you feel like all the world's problems are suddenly just your problem. When anger stands between you and the formation of articulate sentences. Remember, chill is a choice, right? Ride the cool breeze of Larimer that says slow your roll. That might be good advice for with Mars and Aries right now. We might be needing to tell ourselves, look, this is like Khaleesi, and it's like, yo, before you burn down the village and like kill everybody, like slow your roll, know what you're doing. She had everything she needed. There's even a dragon, mother of dragons, right? Khaleesi, I just alluded to. She had everything she needed, and she felt like she was birthing and expanding her empire. She ended up doing that in a way that cost a lot of lives and love and everything. If she had just been a bit more observant and chill, the story could have gone a different way. If she had more discipline, essentially emotional discipline, she let her emotions overtake her. That is the shadow of this Queen of Wands. So we might be dealing with like just hot-headedness, jealousy, rage, obsession, conspiracy theories. With all this, the last degree of Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio now, the Moon in Aquarius, we might be like thinking very weird thoughts that aren't even real necessarily. That might be like very, out there. It says slow your roll, right? With Larimer, slow your roll. So don't just jump to conclusions. Don't assume you know everything. It's good to be powerful and embodied like this chick. She's holding, I put my hand up on my hip. I'm queen, right? But at the same time, you don't have to fight for anything. It's all abundantly there. You're birthing and expanding in life. Observe the changes. Just like it will be funny to note. I mean, hopefully it doesn't look as bad to y'all as it does to me on this. The whiting out, like right now, it's brightening up and then it's darkening. It's brightening up. I just have to observe. Like, hopefully you guys can see the cards. Discipline is taking some discipline to try to stay concentrated even on the reading, and I'm not doing the best job. Sorry, slowing my roll. I'm taking a deep breath. I'm not even really breathing, am I? Oh my. So let's go ahead and play some music. All right. So, Queen of Wands with abundance as a clarifier. Venus going into Scorpio. We've got a lot of powerful energy. Sagittarius season is about to start. We're wrapping up Scorpio season. It's a very magical, potent time to manifest powerfully, magically. But we have to make sure we're not just like giving into fear, basically. Ha ha ha, my guitar almost fell. I feel like I must have like some weird aspect going on right now because nothing is going right. Guess it's learning a lesson. So we got the Queen of Wands. Why fuck that up? Not surprised. You get the idea. So, this might have been one of the most technically troubling, both light loops, while not being in time and tune. But guess what? Not too surprised, given it's the last day of Scorpio. Intensity is what it's about. Venus is in Scorpio now. Intensity, right? With the Queen of Wands, it's about intense heart, intensity of spirit, intensity of creativity, right? But we have to realize everything is always exactly what you need. It's an abundance. So even during these struggles of lighting, struggles of sound, I could play music. I could hear it. Oh my gosh, I'm alive and breathing and doing it. It's abundant. It's beautiful. It's all a process of birth and expansion. It's not always what you expect, but it is what you need in that sense. The Watcher, the Snow Leopard, is saying to kind of observe with all this wrapping up Scorpio energy, but the intense Scorpio season here, it's about watching and kind of understanding, being disciplined, right? Holding still and being disciplined and watching and being passionate, slowing your roll. Being passionate, but not so passionate you burn down the kingdom, right? Because you have everything you need, so you don't have to make your dragon go kill everybody's in the pursuit of desire, blind ambition, desire, etc. So the shadow of this is just being blindly passionate, ambitious. What we need to do is temper the fire. Know that the fire will always be with us. The fire is always expanding. The fire is to be watched. The fire of our soul, the fire of our lives. And to use discipline in tending that fire. Slow the roll. Keep it guarded. Keep it contained. Check out the podcast. It's a lot of fun. We just had Richard Rudd on. I was going to say Rupert Sheldrake. That was a past guest. And I don't have a podcast today, so check out those. Hit me up for readings if you want. They're always fun. People love them. And also just enjoy your weekend, your Saturn's Day. Enjoy the last moments of Scorpio season to the best of your ability and try to be the change you want to see in the world. No one's perfect. We're all moving, and that's just kind of how it is. Accept that, and that abundance and that power of creativity will work through you to make a more beautiful dream, basically. Have a good one.